Welcome to part 5 of our Central Vietnam bike tour. In today's video, we're going to be cycling along the Ho Chi Minh Highway into Kham Duc. And if you're new to this series, we've got our full playlist linked down below, so you can start with video 1 of our bike tour starting in Da Nang City. All of our route information is down below in the video description as well. Good morning, guys. Tour Cruise here with Thun Chan. We're starting day 5 of our Central Vietnam bikepacking tour, and we just left our hotel. Bikes are ready to go, and we are luckily right next to a market and a little shop here, so we picked up some snacks. We got some sports drink, some Pocari Sweat, and we're gonna be on a long highway today, so not sure how many food stops there'll be, so we grabbed a little bit of extra emergency calories. We got some Pokemon Oreos, so we're gonna try and find something real quick to eat and then head out on the road.
Let's go.
So here's a nice view of the market. A lot of people selling vegetables. We're gonna try and find some people selling fruits to get some bananas. Oh, unfortunately, seeing a lot of dogs in cages, so not a fan of that. Yeah, this market's pretty big actually. All right, perfect. Looks like Tung found some bananas. So now we just gotta find some bánh mì.
Yep.
How much?
5,000 banana.
Oh, very cheap. So unfortunately, the bánh mì place we went to last night was closed, so they're not open in the morning, and so we couldn't find our breakfast bánh mì, and we're just gonna continue on and start our ride. We got our bananas for now. We'll find some more food later, hopefully. So today, we're riding up to Kham Duc, mostly along the Ho Chi Minh Highway, so very excited to test out this road. It's a place I've been curious to see in person myself, and I'm curious to see how good it is for bike touring. I heard it's a little busy with trucks, but we'll see. I think it changes depending on the area you're at, so some areas is gonna be better than others. So an update on our equipment, everything is running pretty good. My bike is still making some mysterious sound. Oh, luckily we found some bánh mì here, so perfect. So perfect, we found a nice little, every time I try to speak, something happens. So we found a nice little bánh mì spot here, right as we're exiting out the city, so that worked out perfectly. But everything is going good with our bikes. My bike still is making a little bit of a ticking sound, but it doesn't seem to be anything too major. It doesn't seem to be affecting the performance, so we're still going strong there. Last night's hotel was very, very good. Probably the worst one on our trip so far. What didn't you like? In English?
I don't know English.
Many bugs.
Many bugs. And if you're thirsty, they don't have the shower, body shower, body.
Okay, she wants me to talk. So the problem with the hotel was, first, the room that they gave us smelled really bad, just like pure smoke. We asked for a non-smoking room, which apparently they didn't have, so we went, luckily we found one that didn't smell too bad. And then there were a lot of bugs in the room, which was kind of gross. And one thing I've learned, and this is with all hotels here in Vietnam, not just these cheaper ones, at the nicer one we stayed at before, is they usually don't have any soap. So no like hand soap to wash your hands or anything like that. They usually just give you small little packets of shampoo and body wash. But this last one, they just gave us a pack of shampoo, so not even any body wash. And I don't know, it's just how it is here. There's no soap. That's one thing we learned to definitely bring on our next trip here in Vietnam, is bring some bar soap. We did bring some rubbing alcohol, so we're pretty good there, but it would be nice to have soap for other situations. So I think this is the cause of the noise that's been happening on the bike. This cable, it seems to be, the brake cable seems to be hitting one of the cables inside the frame. So when we hit bumps and stuff, it makes that sound. So I'm trying to tighten this up with some electric tape, and hopefully that'll stop the sound. We'll see. Crossing our fingers. Yeah, this is a little bit too long, but it's all right. We'll get this fixed later when we get back into Da Nang and get to the bike shop. No more sound when I try and test it. Let's see if it works on the road. And the pedals aren't hitting, we should be pretty clear. Anyway, for our next hotel, we decided to go to a little bit nicer of a place, and we're pretty excited to check it out, but also very excited for today's breakfast. Some nice egg bánh mì. All right, we got our breakfast, some bánh mì. I got an egg one, Chung got her pork. Itadakimasu. Huh? Nothing. Yeah. So find me one of the best foods to get in Vietnam for cycling. Very simple sandwich. They have Vietnamese flavors, but they also got some nice foreigner-friendly flavors. If you just want something simple, you can get an egg one like me. And back on the road. Today's breakfast is pretty solid, so feeling good. We got our breakfast, we got our drinks, we got our Oreos and bananas. We should be set for a while. And it's nice and cloudy today, so not too hot. It does look like there's a few rain clouds here and there, but hopefully we won't get stuck in any big rain. We've been really lucky avoiding the rain so far. Here we go. Mo Ho Chi Minh Highway ni haita? Eh, kore Ho Chi Minh Highway? Oh. So I just asked Chung if we're already on the main highway, and she said yes, so I didn't quite realize we were already on it. So unfortunately, yeah, it looks like it's only a 2-lane highway, one on each direction, and barely any shoulder here. So this definitely looks like it's one of the more dangerous sections, but not too much traffic. Just a few trucks here and there. We got a police car here. I've seen more police cars during this bike touring trip than I have in our entire time living in Da Nang, Vietnam. It's crazy, especially in the mountain areas. Maybe they're just more visible because there's less traffic. So we're about 220K from Da Nang. So we could do this in one day if we really felt crazy, but we're splitting it up into two because we think there's going to be a decent amount of climbing today, a lot of up and down. When I created the route in Strava, it said there'd be 2,000 meters of climbing today, so we'll see. I don't think it's going to be that much, but it's mostly little rollers like this. But today, I'm pretty sure there's no flat roads. It's just going to be constant up and down. And then we have two sort of bigger climbs near the end of the ride. So it's pretty interesting to see the road like this. Yep, endless beeping. I was expecting it to be more of like a highway, but this is pretty much just a typical Vietnamese road. I mean, just a lot of businesses and houses on the side and a lot of trucks passing through. It's the same as Chung's hometown. So we're pretty used to these style of roads, but yeah, I do kind of wish there was a little bit more of a shoulder like there were on all the other roads we were here. Oh, Chung said that was an avocado tree. She's been pretty excited. She always likes to spot different kinds of plants and stuff while we're on the road. We saw a bunch of pepper plants, and she's been spotting a couple avocado trees lately. But yeah, so far first impressions of the Ho Chi Minh Highway just seems like a typical like Vietnamese town kind of road. Today might get a little bit tiring with all that honking. It's fine right now because it's the beginning of the ride, but when you're 5 hours into a ride and you're tired and you got those big trucks just passing you, those horns are seriously so loud. It doesn't matter how many times you hear it, it shakes your whole body. It's crazy how loud they are. And of course, no tailwind today, another slight head crosswind, but that's all right, we're used to it by now. So we're starting to get out of civilization, and it's starting to look more like a highway now. Beautiful mountains in the distance. Nice and cool today. Before we continue with the video, we have one quick little announcement. We just enabled our channel memberships here on YouTube. So if you're interested in helping support our channel, you can become a channel member. We also do have our Patreon page, and on both Patreon and channel memberships, you get early access to videos, so you're the first one to watch them. And we also respond to all of your guys' comments. Anyway, that's it, and back to the video. So we're about 20K into our ride, and we found some windmills. This is my first time seeing windmills here in Vietnam, so this is pretty exciting to see. We've also been seeing a few smaller solar farms.
Me too.
Chung's first time also?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. We're getting pretty tired of hearing that beeping. Luckily there's not too many trucks. We're only getting passed by a few here and there, so it's not too bad, but when they pass, oh man, They shake your entire body. That horn is really loud. You like Vietnamese trucks?
No, thank you.
That cloud is looking pretty ominous, but fortunately around it, it's not too bad. It's just one little dark cloud. We're making our way pretty close to the windmills now though, so pretty cool to see them up close. I'm really surprised we haven't seen more of them, and that mountain that one in the center's on is pretty cool looking too. They're not moving though, so it's not windy enough today, I guess. Actually, we passed a few trucks doing some construction work on some of these power poles. There were some on both the left side and on the right side, so I'm thinking they're installing some new power lines, and maybe those windmills are pretty new as well, and they're just waiting for everything to get installed for the grid over here. That's just my guess though. We've been seeing a few of these buildings with this tall, very steep roof structure. And Chung didn't know what it was at first, but she looked it up, and I guess it's used as the cultural center for a lot of the mountain tribes here. So it's not the standard type that people just use for their house. But yeah, we can see the new power lines here, and then the old ones here. Maybe they're doing an upgrade on everything. We're almost at our halfway point, and we just passed into this little town here. So we figured we'd stop for some food, because after this we're heading deeper into the mountains, I guess, so there'll be less places for us to stop. We found a nice little restaurant here, and we just ordered our food. Some restaurants, they don't sell drinks, but luckily there's a little drink and snack shop next door, so we bought some drinks over there. We'll bring them over here, so that's something you can do at a lot of restaurants here, is bring other drinks into the restaurant. Tung's getting the fan set up. So our food just arrived. We just got a nice little rice plate with some meat, some vegetables, and eggs. Another perfect meal to continue our ride. All right, itadakimasu. This guy came here to get a free meal. So Tung went to go grab us some extra drinks. We're about to head in the mountains. We're not sure when the next snack shop will be. We're not sure when we'll be able to buy stuff again, so we're loading up. The usual combo, revive and water. So we're just starting our ride, and the bike is still making the sound that wasn't it. I'm really not sure what it is, but it seems to be getting a little worse, but not too bad. It stops sometimes when we're pedaling longer on some longer uphills. It seems okay. Then it's just really random. I can't figure out what it is, but we can't stop, so we're gonna keep going, and hopefully it's not an issue. The lady at the shop said it's gonna be raining in the afternoon sometime, so we wanna try and make some good time so we don't get stuck in the rain in the mountains again. We still got another good 2.5 to 3 hours. It'll be pretty similar up down like before, but we do have two bigger, I think about 200-meter climbs that we gotta do today as well. That's really strange. It was really loud for a minute there, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I don't know. My guess is the bottom bracket, something in the bottom bracket was loose, but maybe it popped back in place. I don't know. I'm not gonna question. I'm pretty happy it quieted down now. That's one less thing to worry about. Hopefully it stays that way. So today we're just taking a really quick lunch break. We don't want to take any risks with the weather. We got really good weather right now, and we don't want to get rained on, but it is tough to get started again right after just filling your stomach. But in terms of weather, I would say today's ride is probably the best one of our longer rides. The best weather was when we had our little day ride around Mung Den. That was a really short, just 1 hour ride though. So today's been really good. Nice cloudy weather, a bit cooler and not too hot. The only problem with this ride is there are some areas where there's a lot of trucks, but luckily it hasn't been that way the whole way. there were a few good sections after the first 40 kilometers where it just got a lot more rural and we didn't see really many cars or trucks or anything. So it's been pretty good and bad in some places. We get to see some interesting stuff we don't normally get to see. A lot of beautiful areas back here. Hello. The kids here have been very energetic. Everyone's saying hello and use correct lane. I will say this ride has definitely been the most dangerous of our trip so far. I wouldn't say it's been like extremely dangerous, but there have been a lot of big trucks, a lot of big buses that do pass pretty closely. The roads are a lot more narrow, so there's a lot less room for them to move. And especially on these mountain roads, there's been a lot of cars and vehicles that sort of cut the corners, and a couple of them were pretty dangerous. Unfortunately, I don't always have my camera out, but there was one truck that was coming out the bottom of the hill into the flat road area, and I swear if he was just a little bit faster, he was flipping over. One of his wheels went off the ground and it was right in front of us. It was pretty scary. So you got to be extra careful if you're cycling out here on these roads. The drivers are pretty careful and cautious around the cyclists. They always beep to let you know they're coming, but still they are a little bit intimidating, and some drivers make some reckless moves. Oh man, climbing after lunch. Tung must be feeling good, she's dropping me. The other interesting thing on this road is we've been seeing a lot more gas stations. And yeah, these giant buses are the worst. We've been seeing a bunch of them pass the slower trucks and going into the left lane for long periods of time in the corners, just making stupid, reckless moves. That's why I do not recommend riding on the highway buses here in Vietnam if you can help it. They are extremely bad, extremely dangerous, and it's really nauseating when you're riding in them too. I just consider them death traps, especially the sleeper buses. The noise came back. Oh well. Here we go, guys. The first big climb of today. Although it's not that big, it's only, I think, 250 meters for the first one, and then we descend a bit, and then we do a similar climb again. So we got two medium-sized climbs today, but of course the sun comes out right now, so we get to bask in the nice hot sunlight for our torture climb with our bellies full. The gradient is a little bit steep in some places. We're at 9-10% right now, but other parts it's only 5-6, so kind of a little mixed bag. Wow, they got a bunch of tires along this corner. There must have been quite a few accidents over here. We finally finished our two big climbs for the day, and we found this crazy surprise up here in the top of the mountain. So I guess this bus caught on fire and there is nothing left here. This is insane. You can even still see on the side of the road, this is all glass. So got to be careful with our bike tires, but nothing left here. This is insane. It also looks like this was a sleeper bus, so I'm pretty sure there must have been some casualties here. The way the bus drivers drive on this road is horrible. Which is better, truck driver or the bus driver?
Truck driver.
Is better?
Yeah.
What do you think of the bus drivers?
So crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. I don't want to move inside Vietnam by bus
Yeah.
anymore.
No more.
No more.
Yeah, they're insane.
Yeah.
All right, now we get to downhill
Yeah.
into Kham Duc.
Yeah.
Still about 35k to go, so maybe another hour and a half.
Yeah. I hope the weather.
Yeah, no rain,
No rain.
hopefully. And just when we turned the corner around from the bus, we came across this beautiful sight. Wow. Nice little waterfall.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
A perfect
Swimming.
place. Go swimming. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see if we can get a little closer. I did think about bringing my bathing suit, but so far, every river that we've passed, I would not want to swim in. They look pretty dirty. Oh, interesting. Looks like there's a little canopy area there so you can have picnics or something. Wow, that does look pretty comfy though. You could definitely sit right inside that area and just relax underneath the waterfall. That does look really nice. Tung said if you touch this flower, it gets smaller. Let's see.
Oh no.
Oh wow, yeah. They do shrink down a little bit. That's pretty crazy. Wow. What's that flower?
I don't know in English.
Okay. Do you want to eat Oreo?
Yeah.
This would be a good little snack spot. We can eat our Pokemon Oreos with the nice ASMR waterfall. We got roulette. And next we got Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's name in Japanese is Fushigi Dane.
Make in Indonesia.
Not in Vietnam.
Not in Vietnam.
And next I got Charmander, my favorite Pokemon.
Really? You said that?
In Japanese, Charmander is Hitokage. Do you know? No, you didn't watch Pokemon.
I just know Pokemon.
You know Pikachu.
Yeah, I know Pikachu.
So unfortunately, the entire downhill and for a while after the downhill now, the roads have been pretty horrible. I was hoping we'd be able to make up some good time on the downhill, but it's all just rough, cracked pavement everywhere. So we were on our brakes the entire descent, just bumping around everywhere. And so our average speed has stayed a little bit lower. We still have a couple up downs, and now we're actually preferring the uphills because the downhills are pretty rough just on our hands with the brakes and our legs just from sitting and not being able to pedal. But yeah, it's a rough ride back here, and also a lot of trucks. So this part of the ride not too enjoyable, but on the bright side, there's a lot of greenery. Not any shops here though, so if you're riding this way, make sure you stock up on food and drinks before you get stuck back here for a while. Did you like that downhill, Tung?
No, I like climb.
You like climbing now?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
relax is climbing.
Yeah, we can relax on the climb. No relaxing on these downhills.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we finally made it to Kham Duc. This is our final stop we're staying at for our trip. And tomorrow we're heading back to our home in Da Nang. Really happy to get off of that highway. Ever since the big climb, it's just been up and down with giant cracks in the road, potholes everywhere, and it's been super rough. So we thought we normally get our brakes on the downhill, but this time it hurt more to go downhill. So we were always looking forward to the climbs, but finally we're here in this little town. So we're on some different roads and the quality of the roads are back to normal again. So really, really happy to be off of that road. Hopefully tomorrow it's not like that, but even if it is, we're only on that road for the beginning part of the ride, I think, so shouldn't be too bad. It's about 5:45 p.m. right now, so just a little bit before sunset. Nice and cool right now. And we got 110 kilometers in for today's ride, about 1,500, 1,600 meters of climbing. Our average speed did drop down to 19. I was hoping to stay above 20, but with our low speeds on the downhills and this last part of the road, There's not too much we can do about that. I am liking this little road right here. We got nice canopies on both sides and lots of green all around. I guess this is also a pretty popular tourist kind of like retreat, weekend getaway kind of destination. So don't know too much about it, but we're gonna be staying at a nicer little guest house tonight. So looking forward to that. We're turning off here, heading into the town now. So we were just on the outskirts before. And okay, nice. We did also just stop at a Nuoc Mia sugarcane juice shop right when we entered the city because we both ran out of water about an hour ago and just wanted to drive it into town. So we really needed something to drink, so that was nice and refreshing. And now we're rushing to our hotel, and then hopefully we'll find a nice little restaurant to eat at tonight. Ooh, check out that green hotel. That's pretty cool looking. Green hotel. Tuing knows the way, so it looks like we're turning off to this little side street. And this place is actually a lot more developed and bigger than I was expecting, which is good. That means there's more restaurant options, but ooh, nice little cute side street here. Flowers, very nicely decorated, very clean. I'm liking this town already. We're still slightly at elevation, I think, just about 300, 400 meters though, so not too much.
Oh, sorry.
All right, we finally made it. Otsukaresama deshita.
Otsukare.
Are you tired from today's ride?
Yeah, I'm so tired.
Ready to shower?
Yep.
Clean up, go get some dinner?
Yep.
Here's a quick tour of our room. Got a little bed here. We got a fan here. We got a little baby lizard here. Air conditioning check. And they got some moon and stars ceiling design. Got a little table here. We got a nice drying rack here. And we got a very, very big bathroom. So we got the shower here and the toilet there. That's a quick tour for today. We're gonna shower, get cleaned up, go grab some dinner. So walking around trying to find a place for dinner, and we came across an interesting party. There's always a party in Vietnam. And for dinner, we're gonna do something different today. We're getting some bánh xèo, which is called Vietnamese pancakes. I'm not quite sure how to explain it. It's kind of like a doughy kind of structure, and inside they got shrimp and stuff. It's really good. And so you get some rice paper like this, you throw some vegetables in there. Tung's gonna do this because she's the expert. That's why it helps to have a Vietnamese wife. They'll make your wraps for you. So they'll just hand it to you and then you can eat it. They'll do all the hard work. Okay. I'm really bad at it. Every time I try, I fail, and she'll get upset with how badly I'm doing, and just say, "Let me do it."
It's so easy to make. You can do it.
No, I can't. You have to help.
You don't need Vietnamese wife to help you.
Please help. Help me.
Again? What?
Help me.
Please.
You're so good.
I know.
Tung was also pretty excited to see this like tissue style holder here. She said that it reminded her family used to do the same type in their restaurant in her hometown. So I guess they just put the tissue and slam it right in here on top of the nail. So we got some fish sauce here to dip.
And,
Ooh, and
peanut.
peanut sauce. I like the peanut sauce. That's the one I want to try. But it really depends. It's really different depending on which restaurant you go to. They all make it a little differently.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
cheers. Let's give it a try. One for me, one for Tung. Good?
Good.
Thumbs up. Peanut sauce good?
Different flavor.
Yeah, always different.
Yeah.
We never get the same flavor twice.
And fish sauce.
Fish sauce.
Okay.
Which do you like better?
This one.
Fish sauce. You're true Vietnamese.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try the fish sauce first. Pretty good. We put a little ginger in the fish sauce, which is a nice touch. Usually the fish sauce flavor is like always the same, but this one's a little different, which is nice. So I'll try some of the peanut sauce next. It is different. It's always different. Pretty good though. I like both though. It's nice to switch between them back and forth. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video, finishing day 5 here on our Central Vietnam bike tour. In case you've missed any episodes, you can check out our full playlist listed down below. Before we go, we want to say a special thank you to all of our awesome supporters over on Patreon. If you're interested in helping support our channel so we can continue to make videos like this, you can check out our Patreon page down below. We also have PayPal, or you can become a channel member. We just opened our channel memberships here on YouTube, so you can check that out. You get early access to videos, and we respond to all of your guys' messages. Thank you guys so much for the support. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series, and we've got one more day to go.